Hi yogis! So I've just been on a 5-mile dog walk with my hound, and it got me to thinking I'm going to get home and have a nice good stretch out. So I know we're all walking a lot more, getting our hours exercise, walking around the streets, walking into the woods. So I thought I'll just do a quick 15-minute walkers stretch down or cyclists stretch down or any little bit of exercise, especially in these legs. Oh, I can feel it in my hips, my legs. So I thought it would be a good way just to check in and just do a little bit of a cool down, a bit of a stretch. So I'm just going to start by being in our seated pose. Let's just bring the hands together. Okay, namaste. Let's inhale as we reach up nice and high, and then just take a few breaths here. So inhaling and exhaling, reaching up nice and high, maybe a little bit of a stretch from side to side. Sitting as tall as you can. We're going to take the fingertips all the way behind. Let's roll back the shoulders. Gently draw the chin down to the chest. So just feeling that nice stretch through the back of the neck. Okay, let's release the arms, take them out in front. We're just going to come into eagle arms. Okay, so taking one elbow on top of the other. Just see if you can bring the palms together. Lift the arms up nice and high, separating the shoulder blades, feeling that nice stretch across the top of the back. Okay, let's just swap sides, swap elbows, same again. Keep observing your breathing, maybe taking a few breaths out of the mouth, especially if you've just come back off your walk, so you might just be feeling a little bit tired. Having a nice stretch. Let's interlace the fingers, turn the palms upwards once again, just a little bit of a stretch from side to side. And then from here we're going to bring the arms all the way down. Just allow the head to relax. You might just crawl these fingertips a little bit further forwards. And then we'll come all the way back to centre. So taking hold, this is my right leg to start with. It might be a little bit of a mirror image to you, so either your right or your left, it doesn't matter which. We're going to rock the baby round and round, just easing into the hips. So I have quite a bit of hip trouble, so I need to really take care of the hips, trying to keep them mobile, but obviously not doing anything that puts them in any discomfort. Okay, so just rocking the baby, and I'm going to bring this right foot in front of the left, so you can see straight away it's allowing my knees to come down. You might just need to shuffle forwards. This is good sometimes just to park your bottom on a cushion if you've got a cushion underneath. With the hands, just gently guide those knees down, just that tiny, tiny bit. And then once again, let's just walk the hands forwards. So we've got the right foot in front of the left, so we're working into this right hip. Crawling those fingertips a little bit further forward. You can bring the forehead down. Take a couple of breaths here, take your time into this stretch. And then we'll come all the way back to centre. So let's send this leg out in front. Let's give it a little bit of a shake down. Let's inhale as we reach up. And then as we exhale, we're hinging from the hips. We're folding over this leg for head to knee pose, Janu Shirsasana. Inhale as we lengthen, and then exhale as we fold. We're just going to do this a couple of times. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale as we fold. Beautiful. Coming all the way back to centre. Let's just bring the soles of the feet together for our Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. Once again, just allowing the opening of the hips, the groin area, that gentle stretch in the inside of the thighs. Interlace the fingers around the toes. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, we're just bringing the chest that little bit further forwards. So you can keep the spine relatively straight here. You don't have to round through. So remember, we're just working into the hips. We don't want to bring any excess tension in the neck. So just be mindful of not pulling down onto the neck. And then we'll come all the way back to centre. Let's draw the knees together. We'll send the legs out long, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, once again, find that length as we reach up. And then as we exhale, squeeze the belly in, hinge from the hips and fold it forwards. Inhale, lengthen, so we're finding length through the spine. And then exhale, we might just fold that little bit more. Don't worry how far forward you come, as long as you can feel that stretch through the hamstrings and the calves. That's what we're looking for. All the way back to centre. So back into this cross-legged position. This time we're going to bring the left foot in front of the right. Once again, you might just need to shuffle forwards that little bit. Rocking the baby on this side. Let's just take hold of this leg. Okay, so maybe doing a circular direction, or maybe working from side to side, or you can do a bit of both, a bit of everything. Just easing into the hip, trying to keep it nice and subtle and free. You might hear a bit of clunking, a bit of cracking. We carry a lot of negativity in our hips. Okay, so we just need to show them a little bit of love. And then from here, let's take this leg out in front. So exactly the same again. We're going to inhale as we reach up, and then as we exhale, folding forwards. Let's move with our breathing. Inhale, just lengthen, look straight ahead, and then exhale as we fold. One more time, inhale as we lengthen, and then exhale as we fold. Beautiful stretch out for the hamstrings, for the whole of the leg, the calf, the quadriceps, everything, especially when you've been for that good long walk. Once again, let's bring the feet together. This time you might want the heels a little bit closer in. You can use the elbows just to gently guide the legs down. Interlace the fingers either around the toes, or we can take hold of the ankles. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale as we just come that little bit further forwards. Take your time here, start to slow your breathing down. Okay, let's send the legs out in front. Inhale, and then exhale. And then we'll come all the way back to centre. Let's take the legs out a little bit wider. Okay, so we're really connecting to the sitting bones. We're going to inhale again. Exhale, bring the hands down. Keep the feet, the legs active. So keep these toes. You can't quite see it in the picture, but anybody who comes to my classes will know what I'm doing. Feet upwards. Almost imagine there's a wall there. So heels are lengthened away. Toes pointing upwards, a bit like this, but just that little bit further apart. Hands down. Let's inhale as we lengthen through the spine. And then as we exhale, you might just be able to walk the hands a little bit further forwards. Take a couple of breaths here. Try and keep the spine relatively straight, so you can keep the head upwards. Don't be tempted to pull that forehead down towards the earth. That's not what we're looking for. Okay, let's come all the way back to centre. Back into this cross-legged position. We're going to bring the right hand down. Let's take it into a nice side stretch as we reach all the way up and over. Okay, let's bring the hands to centre. Nice stretch here. And then we'll swap sides. Reaching up again. Let's take it into that twist. So one hand behind. This is my right hand behind, left hand on right knee. Once again, it might just seem back to front because it is this mirror image. Let's reach up. Stretch, 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 stretch. And then we'll take it to the opposite side. Okay, all the way back to centre. So I'm just going to come into a downward facing dog. Let's come into tabletop. We're going to curl the toes under. Lift the hips up nice and high. Find your down dog. Have a little bit of a pedal out. Pedal one heel down and then the other. All the way back down to the knees. Uncurl the toes. Let's find child's pose, but a real extended child's pose. So once again, walk those fingertips towards the front edge of the mat. You can take the knees a little bit wider, big toes touching. Release the forehead down. Breathing here. Beautiful. Let's come all the way back to centre. We're going to slowly, slowly, slowly roll it up. You're coming up into your mountain pose, rolling up nice and tall. Okay, let's inhale as we reach up. So I want you to take a nice full body stretch, stretching, stretching, maybe lifting the heels for a little bit of balance work, and then come all the way down. Okay, so bringing the fingertips down towards the ground. You can bend into the knees, especially if the hamstrings are tight, so you might not want straight legs, you might feel better bending into the knees. Just let the head hang nice and loose, maybe a little sway from side to side. And then we can start to straighten the legs. We're going to walk the hands all the way to the thighs and find this halfway lift, this nice flat back. So really push the tailbone back, crown of the head forwards. This should feel really good for the back of the legs. Once again, have that bend in the knees, bring the fingertips all the way down. And then slowly we'll start to roll up. So you're really pressing into the feet here. Take it into that full body stretch. And then we'll bring the hands to the heart. Okay, so just once again, a little bit of balance work, a nice stretch out. So just want you to draw one knee in towards the chest. So this is my right knee. It might look like my left to you. Like I say, it's all back to front. Left hand on left hip. We're going to take hold of the toes. Okay, so straight away we've come into this balance, a bit like a tree pose. And then just see if you can start to extend your leg out. Okay, so don't worry if you wobble. It's a big, big stretch out for the legs. See if you can come straight into your tree pose from here. So I'm going to bring the foot to the inside of the left thigh. If this is a bit too challenging, then bring both feet down. Okay, so we might be here, we might be here. We might have come straight to here. See if you can smooth out the breath. Once again, let's reach up nice and high. Open out those arms, open out the hands. See if you can find your balance in tree. And then we'll bring the fingertips all the way down. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll back the shoulders. Nice chest open, a nice chest stretch. Well done. And then hands back together. Okay, let's release. Just give yourselves a bit of a shake out, a bit of a dance, a bit of a wiggle out. And then we'll swap sides. Okay, so hand to toe pose, hand to foot pose. Take hold of either the ankle, or you might be able to find your toes. Right hand on your hip. Start to extend the leg. So I feel a lot tighter on this side, so you might find one side a little bit more flexible. Don't worry about wobbling like I've just done. You have to lose your balance to find it again. Okay, we might be all over the place. It just shows that this side is my weaker side, which it is. This hip gives me a little bit of jip. So this is my out of balance side. Straight into tree pose. So don't worry if you wobble, if you fall. Some days we're more balanced than others, as I always say in class. Everybody wobbles, everybody falls. We're not robots, we're humans. Let's reach up. As long as we can smile, there is no judgment in yoga. There's no frustration, we just simply be. Okay, let's interlace the fingers behind the back, roll back the shoulders. And then, release, shake it out, have a little bit of a dance. And then we'll come down to kneeling. So I can either come into this kneeling position, or you can try your hero pose where we bring the feet either side of the hips. Big stretch out for these quadriceps. Just be careful of any knee issues. Once again, I should have got a block. This is nice just to sit and perch on a cushion. But it was a very impromptu session. I've literally just walked in from a walk and I thought, I'm going to stretch out, do a little bit of yoga. Okay, so let's just come out of that, send the legs out in front, give them a good old shake out, and then we'll take our half Lord of the Fishes twist. Okay, so drawing into the knee again, just drawing the knee towards the chest. This is my right foot, I'm crossing over the left. Right fingertips go behind, left fingertips on the right knee. So I'm just taking it into this nice twist. Okay, let's come back to centre. We're going to swap sides. So if you're not used to this pose, you might think, what on earth is she doing? It's a little bit of a game of twister. Half Lord of the Fishes twist. Once you've done it a few times, it all falls into place. Trust me. Nice shake out again. Flexing through these feet. Let's inhale, smile. And then exhale, fold. Okay, back into Sukhasana, cross-legged pose. Let's bring the hands together. A little bit of a stretch out. Okay, a little bit of a cool down. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all staying reasonably active, the best that we can in these times. Okay. Namaste, lovely yogis, and I'll see you soon.